So I guess my question is, when it comes to talking about compounders, whether we're talking about Amazon or many other, companies that were mentioned along the lines of what Nick refers in his letters as well. Such companies with strong durable moats, right, seem to have sometimes negative or modest free cash flows for many years before the flywheel effect takes up. Now, in the case of Amazon, Bezos was someone who was a major shareholder who could take up that heat of sitting through negative flows and then eventually turning it positive. So the key question is, is it really is it possible for value investors to quantitatively pick such winners ahead of time, because it's almost entrepreneurial, and while we can see it in hindsight, seeing it in foresight seems to be much more qualitative than quantitative. So are there any thoughts from Mohnish, and even from Francisco, whose book heavily inspired me, because productivity cannot be 100% from intangibles is one thing which I've learned from the from the Austrian School of Economics as well. So any additional light in terms of quantitative versus qualitative in how we view these compounders would be very beneficial for my learning. Thanks.
Okay, so
I can go first, if that's okay.
yeah, and then
That's a good question. So I think if you study the Nick Sleep letters and you look at Amazon, for example, I think that a lot of the return they got on Amazon was not in sync with the analysis they did. So their original understanding of the business was it was the incredible player in e-commerce, and it had a certain percentage of the e-commerce pie, and then they extrapolated what part of retail could go digital, and then what part of that digital portion could be Amazon. So in none of that analysis was there any discussions on the cloud and so on. And of course, the letters end in 2013, so a lot of what Amazon themselves came up with. What Nick did recently is, and I think in the last year or two, is when Amazon hit about $1,500 a share, he cut his position in half, and I guess he got goosey. So it was, he's running his own money. It's become such a large portion of his net worth. And he actually mentioned, this is in William's book, he mentions that he really struggled. He really struggled with that decision because he believes so strongly in the Walmart model where you just hold this great business, but I think he was questioning valuation and so on. And of course, Amazon has more than doubled since then. He's not suffering because he put it into another business, Asos, which has done quite well. But his partner, Case, it's interesting, the two guys, they joined at the help, then they separate. Zach, when he got his money, he put it into 6 stocks. So he didn't go 3 like Nick. He went with 6 stocks, which are also in the portfolio, and he never touched Amazon. And actually, so Zach's position now in Amazon is bigger than Nick's position was. And then if you look at someone like Bill Miller, who's I think been an Amazon investor for more than 2 decades, I think Bill's personal holdings in Amazon would exceed both these guys, very significant. So, I think, something like Amazon, it's outside my pay grade. I couldn't figure it out. But this is the good thing about investing, is that we can have a very good life and we could have a very good career without understanding 99% of how the world functions. So you can miss Amazon, and you can miss hundreds like that, and it doesn't matter. There are no called strikes, and there's lots and lots of ways to get to Mecca.
Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to hit the like button and to subscribe if you haven't done it already.